Hey, this is Aaron with Scalability, where we are leveraging technology to advance God's kingdom. And every Friday, we go live with something we call Freedom Fridays. Now, inside of Scalability, we have live chat 24/7. We got training videos and all that type of stuff. We have a Facebook community. But then Freedom Fridays is where I like to help you with the systems, the strategy, putting together your offers, your customer journey, so that we can help you move forward with software. Software is just software, honestly, and you're going to have success with whichever one you commit to learning. But the biggest problem we see is that people try it for a month or two and they can't figure out the overall business or how to really make this work in their own business, and they drop off. And so we want to help you win. If you feel like God's given you a message or a business, then I believe you've been mandated to multiply that message, to multiply that business or whatever you've been blessed with. And so we want to help you do that. Fridays is my way of jumping in and helping you actually work through that. It's not a sales pitch. It's not a me speaking at you. We literally go live and just answer questions. So now that we've kind of been through that, I have a few people waiting in the waiting room. So we're going to let them in, and we're literally just going to jump straight into live Q&A so that we can help people get going. And get the questions answered and keep you guys moving forward. So as a Scalability subscriber, you get access to these calls every Friday. And it's not just a show up just because we have them. If you have questions, show up, get your questions answered, and then get back to making money in your business. And that's what we like to see people doing. So it's always interactive. Hi, Lori, Inger, Tyson, I see you're here. Let me get this to where we can see everybody. How are you guys doing?
Well, I have a question, a practical question, because last time when I was here, I was asking about a policy to
Mhm.
have that right, and as I am in Norway, it needs to apply to Norwegian rules and laws and so on. So, and I
Yeah,
did find it, and
good.
I've been working with Sean and with Roger concerning that. But when I said that task is finished, and I put their names on it, they haven't gone back to me. So I was wondering, is there something wrong in the scalability that gone uh, did not get that message through when I'm put their names on it? Or but because I was thinking about connecting with Sean, because I have him on WhatsApp. So but I was just, since I was coming in here, I thought, okay, I might
Might as
ask
well
if there's
ask, huh?
something. Yeah.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, it's always good to ask because you never know.
Yeah.
Without looking at your account, I won't know. But are you
No.
talking about, did you make the contract and then you sent it out for signatures? Is that what you did?
No, it was that I needed to have a policy for those who would go into my email list and so on and if they bought something, they will get the money back. You know, that kind of things, the
Yeah, yeah.
rights. Yeah. So I did put it because it was a task that was given to me, that I would find that, and they will put in the right place in scalability for me.
Okay.
So usually when I put things in that place where we agree to that I should put in, then I write their names and they get back to me concerning that
Gotcha.
it was okay or not and so on. But I haven't heard from them for a fortnight now. So I was thinking, okay, don't they get my message if there was something in the scalability that has happened that they won't get?
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So basically following up with Sean and Roger.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would just be making sure you message them again. Just follow up with them again until you hear from them.
Yeah. So there's nothing happened that should have stopped the message from
No, I
going
don't think
out.
so.
So no.
Nope, I don't
Okay.
think so. Everything should be working all right. It's usually just follow up and people getting back. So
Yeah.
time
Okay.
difference, things like that. But then too, if you guys start working on stuff too, remember the 24/7 live chat. So no, Inger, I know you have people building for you. So
Yeah.
you'll be following up directly with them. But the
Mm.
24/7, we have live chat 24/7, 365. So if you
Mm.
click on that little chat bubble up at the top and then click on messages, you can actually start a live chat with somebody worldwide. So anybody if you guys are building anything or working on anything,
Mm.
anytime, that's going to be your fastest way to help because they can jump into your account and see what you're working on. right?
Mm.
Whereas like on Freedom Fridays, I'm not in your accounts, so it's
No.
hard for me to look at stuff. So on Freedom Fridays, we want to make sure we're helping with like the strategy and the
Yeah.
systems and making things work, and then leverage that live chat the rest of the time. That way you're not waiting when you guys are working on it.
Mm.
Because I know everybody's got different schedules, so we're probably working on stuff at all sorts of different times.
Mm. Yeah. Well, then I have another question concerning that because I'm talking to about this before in dual languages to have English. Now everything is in English or English American. And I want to make something in Norwegian as well. Where would you put it? Can I put it in the same place, in Norwegian, to have so it will be easy for me to just to add that, or should I make it an own language so that they can click on the English box or the Norwegian language box or something like that? What would be
What are you
best way
wanting to
to put
create?
it?
Are you talking about redoing the website or something to where it can be seen in English and in Norwegian?
Well, that was going to ask you because I now at the time I am now I need to put things in Norwegian as well, and not only in English. So I was thinking how to make that the easiest way and quickest way for me to do that because I have people in Norwegian, and now that I'm going to make the devotional book that will be coming out in English, I want to translate that. I have that in Norwegian as well. And then I need to have some Norwegian there so they can ease, because most people in Norway, they understand English, but not
Right.
everybody. So yeah,
Yeah, there's a loss in communication, of course. So we've traveled a bunch. I'm familiar with what you're saying. There's
mm,
a lot that's lost in translation when it's your second language.
yeah,
If I was doing that, I would literally just clone my funnel. And then, so if I built a web page, say to deliver the book, I'd do a web page in English and I would deliver the book in English, right? And I would just run that automation. And then I would just put a button at the top. If you know people are going to come to that site and they speak Norwegian,
mm,
you could put a button like click here for Norwegian. I would just clone the funnel. Like I would build the funnel in English or in Norwegian, whichever one, and then I would clone it. So make a copy, make two of them, and I would make one of them in Norwegian and one of them in English. I just write the whole thing in Norwegian and English.
mm,
And then I would put a button on each one of them that's like click here for English and just have it go to the next funnel that's the same thing just written in the other. And so then you could have it to where if they opt in on the Norwegian page, it delivers the book in the Norwegian language via
mm,
email and stuff. If they opt in English, it delivers the English version. That's probably the way I would do it.
yeah, okay. Well, is that easily done?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you have somebody building your site,
yeah,
right? You have somebody building the website, when they're done and you like it and it's all done the way you have it, then
mm,
you're just going to make a clone of that website. So you'll have two of them. And then you
okay.
just go in and swap out the English text for Norwegian.
Okay. Is that done in scalability? Is it a choice that I can make in scalability to clone to
Yeah,
clone
you
it
can
and change
clone.
the thing? Yeah.
Yep, you can clone it. So once you get the funnel or the website done, you'll be able
Mm-hmm.
to just go to that one. And then I believe it's like bottom right corner, there'll be a clone button or clone this funnel, and it'll
Mm.
clone the whole thing, or you can just clone individual steps inside of it as well.
Okay. Uh,
It'll copy everything and make two of them
mm,
side by side. You'll still have to
okay.
go in and change the text
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
from English to Norwegian. But yes,
Mm.
copying the funnel or cloning it, yeah, that's super easy. It's a couple clicks and it'll be done. A few minutes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Then I'll
You're
ask them
welcome.
about that. So yeah.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Lori, Tyson, how are you guys doing? You have anything? Lori, I know you're usually at work all night and all day and all over the place. I never see
Yeah,
you on Fridays. How are you?
I know. This is my first time, other than the very first time I just started and I didn't stay. Yeah, I have to, it's mandatory that we work Fridays. Like 3 Fridays a pay period, or 3 Fridays every 6 weeks. And so I end up working a lot of Fridays. But yeah, I'm starting to get into it. I watched your meeting from last week. So I've really been getting into scalability and figuring things out. Um, I've changed one progress I made is on my personal Facebook page. I changed my banner and it says click here. And I had it go into my Facebook group, but I
Hmm.
changed because people were just joining the Facebook group, but they weren't seeing the sales page.
Yep.
So I changed it to go to my sales page and
Right.
then they can click there and then I'll gather their information. Um,
Perfect.
so I figured that one out. Um, I want to start doing like the 20-minute triage calls.
Hmm.
Do I do I just direct them to my calendar? So I already have their information. So once they like DM me, I just give them my calendar link.
Yes, that's the way I would do it because you have a calendar built in scalability that
Uh-huh.
triggers automation so that they get reminders to show up to that call. So
Okay.
yes, I would just share directly the calendar link.
Okay. So I figured out how to get the calendar link yesterday. In the calendar, is there a way? So I have maybe a half an hour. I have it in half an hour increments. Is there a way to buffer like 10 minutes before
Hmm.
and 10 minutes after?
Yep, the same place. So when you click on your calendar, click on the three dots to the right of your calendar, go to edit, and in
Uh-huh.
there under availability, I believe it is, you can set that 30-minute duration. You want it every 30 minutes to show up. And then if you scroll down a little bit or click on advanced options right there, I think it's all right there in that same section. It'll
Okay.
give you an option to add a buffer and you can put 10, 15, 30, whatever you want before or after or both.
Okay.
Yep, it's all right there in that spot. And
Okay.
you can either send the calendar link directly, right? Copy your calendar link, send it to them. It takes them straight to the calendar. If you want to, this is just kind of like a makes it look cleaner, if you will. You can actually build a website page. So like we built your getupgirls.com, right?
Uh-huh.
Getupgirls.com, you could go to that funnel and clone one of the pages so the design was the same, and then open it up and delete everything except a background image, and you could add your calendar to that page. And so you could make it essentially to where your calendar was embedded on a website page. And then you could send a link like getupgirls.com/book now or 20-minute consult or whatever you wanted. Instead of having to copy and send the calendar link every time, you could just say, yeah, go to getupgirls.com/discovery call. And it can go to that. There's a little bit of a process there. So if you're not real techie, there's going to be some figuring out to that. So don't, and I say not real techie, like if you struggle with this stuff. So I know like you guys should be able to figure it out and we have videos on it. But if you go straight to the calendar is going to be like your easiest way if you're familiar with that, and that'll trigger your automation. And then kind of that next stage of kind of learning and building is dropping that calendar into a prettier website page.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah.
said, you don't have to. Either way is fine.
It's too techy for me, but if I can watch the video and write down the steps, I
Right.
really need a visual. I mean, I
Yep.
can hear it, but I need the visual of click this, then this, then this. Is
Yep.
there any way that, like on some of your help pages, can you print those?
I'm not sure.
I
I know you could screenshot them
okay,
and then print your screenshots.
okay.
I
I
don't know
don't
if you
know.
can, yeah, I don't know if you can like directly print them or not. You might have a print screen option on your computer depending on which one you're using too.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out. I tried copying and pasting, it wouldn't do that. But so that now I want to start offering like a freebie. And so I have the freebie built and then it so would that go like the offer go in my Facebook page? And then how would I do that?
So let's review since this is like Freedom Fridays, we talk systems and strategy and stuff. Let's kind of like get a flow because this will be good for everybody to learn too. Is what's the flow of your client, your customer journey, right? What's the client journey they're going to go on when they're coming through your stuff, right? So that means where is somebody first going to see you and then what's the steps you want them to go through to end up at your paid thing, right? So let's say like we have Freedom Fridays, we have YouTube videos, we have ads, we have my Facebook profile, all of these things send you to one place to go get the scalable subscription or to start your free trial, which the scalable subscription brings you to free trial. Everything we do on the front side, whether it's a YouTube video, a Freedom Friday, a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a LinkedIn post, all those things, that's the beginning of the customer journey. That's the first time you see me, run into our company, see what we're about. So what's the first step of yours, right? That's the first thing you need to figure out. In other words, where are you connecting with people? Is it Facebook groups and your Facebook profile? Or like us, is it YouTube and then running you back to a free trial? And then inside the free trial, we work you through to Freedom Fridays, onboarding, things like that, right? So with yours, you have Get Up Girls. And the idea was running them to a website page to sign up and join your community. I know you made it a free community now.
Yeah.
So everything you're talking about is like join my free community, right? Are you pretty much just talking to people on Facebook primarily and then in person when you meet them? Is that like
Yeah.
kind of the two places people run into you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the start of your customer journey. When you talk to them, where do you want them to go? Do you want them to sign up for your community or do you want them to get this free? Is this like a PDF or something you made?
Yeah. It's a PDF.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's the only way I know um, to start advertising is and getting like emails and stuff is to offer a free, are you interested in this? Sign up for my PDF, and that's how I'll direct them back to my page, my sales page, and get their information. Then I'll start sending out emails.
Yeah. So the freebie is like a free video, a free PDF, or anything like that, right? Like we
Uh-huh.
stream Freedom Fridays. You can show up to Freedom Fridays if you're a subscriber, but you can watch for free if you're not. It's a freebie still. And we're trying to pull them back to something specific. So in your case, your sales page, right? So
Mhm.
yes, if it's like throwing things out, making comments, making posts on Facebook, your personal profile, Facebook groups, then you can simply go comment here to get the free PDF and you can send it to them. Or you can build a web page where they can go to that web page and they can put in their name and email, and then an automation automatically delivers that free PDF, and then it automatically takes them to your sales page. So you want to kind of create a way to where when they opt in for that freebie, it just automatically redirects them into your paid thing or your next thing. Typically your paid thing, but you made your community free too. So your sales page is technically a free sales page, right? It's just a sign up page now.
It's just a sign up page. Yeah.
Okay. And then it brings them into your free community. So that's the same idea. You go and you make a post, you talk to me like, click here to get my PDF. I would put it on a web page. So I would put it on a website where it's like they click the link and it takes them to a funnel page, a funnel step, right? And on that page, it just shows the PDF, talks about the PDF, why they need it, why they want it, why it should be awesome. They click that they want it, and then it delivers it and sends them directly to the sign up page for the community where it talks about your community.
Okay.
That way, it's kind of one is pushing right into the next. And then if they sign up for the community, it pushes them to your group. They show up to the group, and in the group, you talk about your free calls or and you get them on the call and you upsell them to your program. So the customer journey, right, to simplify it and put it all in line, is you make Facebook posts, get my free thing, get my free PDF, click here, and you would put a link directly to the website. The website only talks about one thing, get the free PDF. When they get
Okay.
the free PDF, it takes them directly to your sign up page for your community. When they sign up to the community, it takes them into your community. Inside your community, you talk about these free calls or joining your high ticket program or whatever that is. And then you get them on, you send them the calendar link. They show up to that call and you sell the high ticket thing. So that's the customer journey, right? They start at the beginning by seeing a Facebook post, a Facebook ad, hearing you on an interview, whatever it is, and you say, get my free PDF, click here, or join my free community, click here. And it just takes them to a web page that starts that process of leading them into your group. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's like, yeah, because I don't want to put everything on my personal profile. So I think that, I was afraid, maybe it's that imposter syndrome that nobody was going to pay to be in my community. How was I going to get people there? So that's why I made it free. And in there, I'm going to talk more, more than just selling on my personal profile. I think that, I will be doing and maybe I'm just making this too hard, but I know.
It's an internal story, which a lot of us have. A lot of people deal with that. Like you said, imposter syndrome. That's all it is. Everybody feels that in the beginning
Yeah.
because they're like, well, why would anybody pay me? And honestly, people pay us because they like us. That's it. I mean, like, that's it.
Yeah.
I know a guy who spends $50,000 a year to be in a mastermind. He doesn't do anything the mastermind talks about. There's 2 events a year and he gets a t-shirt. And he's like, I like the 2 events and I wanted the t-shirt. I'm like, for $50,000? He's like, yeah. Like, you never know why people do stuff. But if if all 4 of us on this call all stood on a stage next to each other selling the exact same thing, we would all get people to come to us and buy from us over the other 3 simply because we're going to like the way one person sounds or the way they look or their stories. We just relate to them or the age or their our sex or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But people are always, there's over 2 million users, I think, a day on Facebook. Like there's plenty of people out there. The hard part is just showing up and not being afraid to tell people what you do and how you can help them
Yeah.
and knowing that. So a lot of it's just the imposter syndrome in the beginning, but something else you can do, you can always start off your community free and start inviting people to it, get people to it. And then you can say, hey, next month, we're going to start making this a paid group. If you're already in, then you won't have to pay, right? But on this date, we're going to start making it a paid community and start growing it. Or you can leave it paid and it's always a paid group and you can just gift people memberships to where you have some people in there to get started. Whichever way works kind of mentally for you that makes you to where you show up consistently and do it is the one that will
Yeah.
work. Because
Okay.
you just have to be able to mentally show up and do it. So if your imposter syndrome is so overwhelming that you won't show up if there's money on the front side, then get rid of the money on the front side and just get people coming because then it'll build your personal mentality around it that you're capable and that
Yeah.
people are actually enjoying it and liking it. And then you can add value, you can add an investment to the front side,
Okay.
right? So kind of you have to work with your own internal battle on that one a little bit. But
Yeah.
something I've learned through the years is people who don't pay attention. And so I charge for everything because I want you to win. But that's just the level I'm at now. I've just learned that if I give it to you for free, you're not going to do anything with it because that's the majority of the experience that I've had and that
Right.
I've learned from other coaches and everything else, right, throughout the years. And so I know actually the more I charge you, the better success you're going to have because you're more invested.
Right.
So it just depends on kind of where you're at mentally with the level and where and like working through that stuff. But don't worry, there's plenty of people that would love to pay you and learn from you because you've done it already. They just
Yeah.
want to learn what you know and it's worth it to them.
Yeah. Great. So yeah, I think yeah, that's going to be the journey for right now, and I would love to have that, be a paid membership group. Right now I'm still just trying, it was a big win for me just to change my Facebook banner. Just a little thing that somebody could do in 10 minutes took me hours. So I don't want to do too much. I just want to get the information out. And now
Yeah.
that I've got Ellen, the VA that Carrie uses. I got her on my account. I never know if I'm
Mhm.
talking to you or Jose, but so one of you got that fixed. And so now I can ask her because she's very familiar with scalability and she can help me set up some of these automations because I was in there and it looks Greek to me.
Yep.
Once I play around more, it'll probably become easier because I am a learner, but right now, trying to get these other, like that freebie set up is kind of a big issue, but I think she can do that for me.
Yeah, she should be able to.
Yeah.
And so just so that it's on here for the recording so you can look at it later, um, funnel page, you'll put a form on the funnel page that's like name, email, and a button
Got it.
so that somebody can put name, email, button. You're going to put the form on a funnel page, and the form will trigger an automation. Go into the automation and make the automation send them a text message that's like, hey, we see that you got the free PDF. Check your email because I just sent you an email from, and I would put your email address there. So I always like to send a text message. Hey, this is Aaron. I saw that you just opted in for our free PDF. Check your email because I just sent you an email from support@fastscalability.com. Check your junk if you don't see it right away because your PDF's in there. You're like telling them, hey, we see you, we delivered it, but make sure you check for this email address and then make it to where it sends an email. And you literally just put the PDF in the email. Now, for those of you, the next question is like, how do I put the PDF in the email? Go into your media library and scalability where you upload pictures, and you're just going to upload your PDF into your media library. Okay. Then when you upload it into your media library, you can click on your PDF, and in the top right corner, there'll be a little chain link thing. If you click on that, it gives you a link directly to your PDF.
Okay.
Then when you go into your build your automation and you send that email, you can put click here, type click here, highlight it, and link it with the link to your PDF. So when they get the email, it's like, hey, your PDF's inside. And they open it up. It's like, hey, this is Lori with Get Up Girls. Click here to get your PDF. And they click on it and it just opens the PDF and they can download it to their computer.
Okay.
Now it's on the recording, so you can go back and work through that.
I like what you do, and Carrie does this too, but in your emails, you always put a blue dot
Mm-hmm.
so it stands out. How do
Yep.
you do that?
Right click and it's an emoji.
Okay. So you
Yep.
put
So
that
there's,
in your title?
yep. So I do it in the subject line of everything. Yep. And that's exactly what we do is like we try to take that blue dot and we put that in the title of every email that goes out. So it's like you always know that's ours.
Okay.
And so it's basically it's just an emoji. And there's green dots, red dots, there's drips and leaves and all sorts of stuff, of course.
Okay.
Just pick one that you want to use consistently so that it stands out as your thing. Which with your colors, there's a green dot in there that would work.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That,
Anything
that
else I
gives
can help
me
you with?
that's that gives me a lot to work on this week. I think I work the next couple Fridays, but do you always have these reposted?
Hmm.
Last week was the first one that I saw.
Yep. We're live on YouTube at 11:30 CST every single week for Freedom Fridays. So as soon as we're done, the live is just recorded on YouTube. So you can jump back and you can watch it all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, just check out the YouTube channel. And we should have a link in the Facebook group too. Usually we'll throw a link over for like, here's the link to the Freedom Friday after it's
Okay.
over.
So we're on Zoom and you're streaming it to live YouTube.
Yep.
And then when you end, it produces a link.
It takes the replay. Yep, it automatically saves the replay as a video that was live. And then we go into the YouTube channel and we edit the description and everything of the live video as soon as we're done.
Okay.
So that way it stays on our YouTube channel and it's always there as like a Freedom Friday and the date. So
Okay.
yeah, there's quite a few of them I think on there now where you could go back and you could start watching through them. And we try to title them and give them some of the we try to title them and then give like the descriptions of kind of what happened in there to where you can scroll through and kind of know what's there and what's next,
Yeah,
or kind of where to fast forward.
I saw that on last week's. That's really good. Okay, thank you.
We're
That's all.
getting better with it every week.
It was great. Thank you.
Tyson, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good, brother. It's going good. Just one thing one step at a time. I guess I'm a little bit behind everybody else on this call, but you know, I guess finally got my logo. Uh, I guess completed, preview paid for. So I'll be getting that to you soon.
Sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, these are good for the strategy. So Tyson's, I always talk about what everybody does because these are on the replays and like we practice giving like our elevator pitches, we practice that customer journey and everything. So Tyson is doing luxury and exotic car detailing in kind of the Dallas area here in Texas. He's launching up and getting started with that. So we'll be working a physical service business client customer journey and stuff with him as we're going. But
yep,
yeah, man,
pretty exciting.
got
Pretty
to get
exciting.
started somewhere. It's good.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, so we're flying out like I said, I'll probably won't see you next week, but we're flying out Monday to go pick up the trailer. So um we'll be back in a week.
Awesome. It's getting real fast.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Well, that's good. That's good. We should have
But
stuff pretty much built out for you by the time you get back. So we should be able to be ready to launch here in a couple weeks on everything. That'll be good. I'm excited for you.
yeah, so man, I don't know if you got my reply on the
Yep.
website about some of the like the brainstorms, that I had. So
Yep.
um
Absolutely.
I definitely want to put like a bio, at the end, kind of like what we saw on that one web page, kind of like who I am,
Yep.
just so they can kind of see my journey.
Yep. Absolutely. Nope. We'll still add all that. It was more of a like, see if we're headed in the right direction and
Yeah.
then
Cool.
keep working and dialing all that other stuff. Cause yeah, we'll get pictures of your rig when it gets here and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Sounds
Right
good.
on. You don't have any questions or anything right now, do you?
No, right now, and the only thing that I got my LLC number for you, so I just need
Nice.
to get back in there and I guess finish doing the startup on that. Where was that? Where did we end up? It was a Stripe.
Yep. You can just
So
send us that stuff or and we can like show you where to go or just shoot it over to us and we can get some of it taken care of. But yeah, let's just touch base later this afternoon if you got that
okay,
stuff ready.
yes,
That'd be
sir.
good.
That sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Cool, man. Well, does anybody else have any questions or anything? Or any new stuff that's been working around in your minds that you want to go over this week? Nope. Good, good. Well, like we say on these are always for system strategy and actually helping you get your questions answered and figuring out how to leverage the technology to actually advance your business quicker. So we never want you just to show up here and just screw around being here for an hour just to be here. We don't want to create a social club that just wastes your time. I want you focused on money-making tasks. So these will be very much like answer your questions, get you rolling. So if nobody else has any questions, we'll just wrap it up for this week, get an early start to the weekend or the rest of the afternoon working, whichever way you're going to do it. But thank you guys for your time. Have an awesome weekend. I
Yeah.
appreciate your time. I know it's something you can never get back. So I thank you for giving us some of it on Fridays. I promise never to waste it. Have an awesome weekend.
Yeah. You
Thanks,
too.
sir. You guys
All
too.
right.
Bye.
See you guys.